There, the, so there's a set that I can talk about and a set that I can't talk about. So the people I can talk about are like Basecamp. I don't know if you're familiar with Basecamp and Jason Fried and Ryan Singer and David Hannemeyer Hansen. They've been using Jobs since 2000. I want to say eight, nine, somewhere in that time frame, and they've used it to kind of help build Hay and all the different products that they have. They've applied Jobs to, and they've been very, very successful doing it. And to be honest, they've built a very good supply side methodology of called Shape Up, that is kind of a counterpart that really kind of helps take Jobs and make it very actionable in terms of the product side of it. Another one is Intercom. I don't know if you're familiar with Intercom. So Intercom, Des Traynor and Owen McCabe, at their very origin of them starting the business, they did Jobs and they became very big proponents of it, and they've grown to over $1 billion in 6 years in terms of their valuation. They're very big proponents of it, and they've actually written a book about it. So they're very big on it. Trying to think, QuickBooks would be another one. If you think about QuickBooks started with the whole premise of people using it. So I always say I love to study anomalies. I think that anomalies, most people look at an anomaly and they throw it out because it's different than the rest. But I believe that embedded in an anomaly of today is the DNA of the future. And so, like, an example there is that people were using Quicken, which was Intuit's self-finance product, to run their small little business. And so, Scott Cook really was very understood that, like, why would they be doing this? This seems very strange. And so he said, well, how do we go build something for the small business? And one of the things he realized is that it didn't have to be the best software. It actually just had to be easy enough that I didn't have to hire somebody to run it. Because at some point in time, the struggling moment was, I can't send an invoice, or I've sent an invoice but it's not getting paid, or I'm missing paying people, and so all of a sudden, how do I actually make this easier so I can just do my accounting, the basic accounting, right? And from that, they were able to say, like, how do we make it easier? So it's like twice, half the features of most big accounting packages and twice the price of, Quicken. And so you start to realize that it's almost a $9 billion business at this point. And to be honest, all they've done over time is say, what is the next set of struggling moments? And so that's when they added payroll, and that's when they added credit card processing, and that's when they added, and then they bought MailChimp, because at some point they saw, if I want to help small business and what's the big thing they're struggling with, it turns out that this is one of those big things that they're struggling with, which is marketing.